Oh, you're messing with me.
Welcome back to the Bouncing Potatoes podcast. We have Osanda
Hello.
and special guest Jordan.
Hello, twin brother.
Yes, that's
Christian.
right. He looks like Christian, but he's not. He's Christian's stunt double. He's twin brother. And today we're here on October 28th, 2023. Happy Halloween, everybody, by the time this comes out. What are you dressing up as, Jordan?
That is a really good question. I really, this is the first year in 25 years of doing it that I don't really have a costume planned, which is, it's a little unfortunate, but I don't know. One time when I didn't have anything to think of, I just had a red robe and I bought a wizard hat off of Amazon and I just did the Disney wizard from Fantasia. It was good enough.
Are you going anywhere?
I don't have any. I didn't plan this year. I've just been inside because I was tired from traveling. So
And Osanda, LAOSD, I know they have Halloween parties, man. What are you dressing up as?
Nothing. I'm working both jobs that day, so I'm not gonna be doing anything.
do you usually dress up?
No Halloween parties at your
You just
jobs?
don't like it. You just don't care.
I don't mind. Like I would, but I just don't have anything going on.
Did you guys ever do any couples costumes?
I never did.
Never.
There wasn't Halloween events happening during the pandemic when I was in a relationship.
That's very true. Well,
last time I went to a Halloween party, I ended up in Ethan's car with my ex, so that was a fun time.
Oh yeah.
But that's the last Halloween party that I went to, and that was back in like 2014, 2015.
Wow, so that's what type of party it was. I wasn't even sure. Crazy. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna find out in an hour.
Elizabeth is gonna give you something to match with her, probably.
Her exact words were, let's see, ready? Her exact words were, "Baby, you're gonna love your costume." I don't know what that means, but
why did you give her that accent? Is that how you hear it in your head? That's a little bit.
No.
All that excitement of.
That was a very positive accent. Oh, Sonder. Oh yes, we're doing the poop. Okay, so it's time.
I don't know anything.
First of two events, current events here. The Bachelor, crazy, right? Yes, The Bachelor is on right now. There's two versions of The Bachelor. One, there's the Grandpa Bachelor called the Golden Bachelor. Yes, and I'm serious. And instead of home visits, the home visits you visit the parents, but since the grandpa, they're all the grandparents, their parents are dead. So now they're introducing, instead of introduce the parents, they introduce them to the grandkids.
Yeah, that's
But in the other Bachelor, the middle-aged one, there has been a contestant. It's been quite constipated for 9 weeks. She couldn't poop, at least in the TV show. She couldn't poop. And she's finally able to poop. She was on Jimmy Kimmel and he interviewed her, and she is pooping quite nicely now, she says. But every week she couldn't poop. In fact, she couldn't even go to the rose ceremony because she is in the back taking laxative trying to poop. And I just thought it was hilarious that for several weeks in a row, this woman couldn't poop. And the cast members became so concerned. They're like, during the rose ceremony, the Bachelor dude, gave an update. He says, "Guys, I think her name's Sally. Sally didn't poop today." And the cast member's like, "Oh no, that's so funny." Oh gosh, I don't watch The Bachelor, but I see these clips on Jimmy Kimmel.
Isn't it if you eat? Can't you? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, but figure if you eat fruits and like grapes,
and bananas are supposed to help you poop.
Yeah, all of those.
Lots of fibers. So I don't know what's going on with her, but she's pooping nicely now. So I don't know what she did. Maybe she was nervous or something. I don't, I
9 weeks.
don't know. Nervous she had to lose. Uh, Osanda, as someone who poops a lot, what do you have to say about this?
Um,
Good question.
so number one, I wanted to see. Can you guys hear me well? Because I
Yep.
accidentally
Yeah.
used the wrong mic. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So in terms of constipation, I think I've only been constipated maybe once in my life, and it was not fun. But I have, if anything, yeah, I have the opposite problem. I go a little too often. So I mean, it just all depends. Yeah, maybe she was nervous. Maybe her diet wasn't the best. Like you really do, because I poop a lot, but at the same time, I eat like apples like 5 days a week almost, low key.
Yeah,
That's a
fiber.
lot of fiber. Um, when I recently, so not recently, but like a couple months ago, I had a full plate of broccoli, and let me tell you, that was a mistake because
Yeah.
I had to poop so much for like 2 to 3 days. I totally underestimated the the effectiveness of broccoli because they
Uh,
always say, oh, you
I
need
don't
to
want
have
to discuss. I don't want to discuss our listeners here.
because they're so healthy for you. And here I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna eat a whole plate of broccoli, and I was so proud of myself. I had it from Wood Ranch, so I had a full serving of broccoli with the steak and the mac and cheese, and then lo and behold, for 2 3 days, I was pooping ridiculous, like it was crazy. So I don't know. Constipation is crazy to me just because I can't really relate anymore. But I do know people who have suffered from that stuff before. They were taking like probiotic pills and everything. And it still wasn't really helping them. Kimchi did help them to an extent.
How about prune juice? That's what I used to drink to help me.
I've heard prune juice helps. So I mean, I really think there are a lot of ways to go about it. And yeah, I don't know. 9 weeks is crazy, bro. Like that. At that point, I feel like you need a surgery if you have not pooped in 9 weeks.
I know, it's crazy. It's even crazier. I just keep imagining when Christian was here, his look of disapproval that we're talking about.
Yeah, disgusting reviews. I'm channeling his mindset of I don't want to disappoint them. Maybe they don't care. I'm sure many will. But I can add one line about this that in my experience of constipation when I was in France and I just ate a bunch of French food. I don't know what was in it. It seemed like it was normal, but at that week that was the most constipated I've ever been. I mean, I it was
Interesting.
actually it hurt
Were
to
the
poop and
portions
I was worried I wouldn't be able to.
like
But
how much did you eat? Like, because I know the portions are small there.
it was
Do you think maybe
yeah,
the
but
portions
I
were
ate more than I ate a decent amount. I didn't really I mean, it wasn't like the portions are small, but I still it was like a family meal, so I would
no?
just have larger helpings and take
So
longer to
it
eat.
wasn't like the portions were so small that you just can eat enough to poop type of thing.
No, it was just that I had to definitely poop. I just couldn't.
Oh,
I could feel it, and it's a terrible feeling when
I know, right?
it's like
And
you
you
not.
just couldn't do it.
I I don't want to give details. But yeah,
You
I've
know,
had some.
sometimes like when you arch your butt on the seat in a position, you kind of bend
Yeah,
down
and
like that,
if you
or
walk around,
and you
it
kind of
helps.
massage a little bit, kind of
Yeah,
massage, kind of move
What
it
are you
out,
massaging?
or kind of move your
Sphincter?
kind of it is kind of kind of move your butt a little bit, kind of
Guys, you
ease
just
it
need a
down.
squatty potty. All right, you just need to take a page out of the agent's handbook, get a squatty potty, because all these white companies just totally stealing Asian ideas and then remarketing them and then brilliant all that. No, not even Asian ideas, like POC ideas. Like they got SandCloud, which was a towel company that was on Shark Tank. They just stole the concept of Turkish towels, marketed that. Um, so again, Jordan, when you were traveling, did you have squat toilets or did you have regular like?
no, it was always regular toilets except Japan, which was a crazy. Obviously the
Was it a
12-button
buffet?
toilet.
Yeah.
I still don't know what most of the buttons do. I
Oh, that's
tried, but
fancy. Yeah, fancy toilets. Huh?
they were really cool though. They were cool.
All right.
Maybe a bidet is worth it because
Yeah,
it is
bidet
in
is quite
Canada.
nice to wash your butt.
I'm gonna have a bidet in the apartment. I'm gonna have a bidet, but I don't really use toilet
Sonny,
paper.
you're gonna have a lot of things.
I don't use toilet paper on my ass, bro.
Let's see how much you actually have.
A bidet is actually not that expensive. They're like less than 100.
Oh, I know they're quite
That's
nice,
cool.
but you have so much stuff you won't even be able to move.
Well, I'm gonna have the master bathroom. So
Yeah, and you can put your big ice bath in there too. So I mean,
Ice.
the ice bath will have to be on the balcony if we do go with that. I don't know if the apartment will allow us to have that though, because we're gonna be on the 3rd floor.
yeah.
So then, yeah. So we'll see. That's a
Just
little
get a
bit.
tub and put some ice cubes.
It's not the same, Jordan. It's not the same. All right.
Yeah.
That's a waste of money.
Whatever.
So, all right.
Oh, and the 9 to 5 girl.
So Jesse, no, sorry, my bad. That was a little racist of me. Brielle Acero. All right. So she's 21 years old. This TikTok. Although to be honest, Ethan and I both actually saw this first on Twitter. So this TikToker, her TikTok went viral. That was a little redundant. Her TikTok went viral because she was complaining about the traditional 9 to 5. And as the internet does, the internet shitted on her, basically. They were like, just saying like, oh, you're complaining, blah, blah, blah. This is what you actually have to do. You actually have to work. All that.
Mm-hmm.
So all 3 of us have seen this TikTok. All right. So I'll probably leave it a link below because I do feel like it's important to get the full context of what exactly she's saying. She's not complaining that she has to work 9 to 5. She's complaining because although it's a 9 to 5, because she works in the city, but she doesn't live in the city because it's too expensive to live in the city. So she's a commuter, right? So then she has to wake up hella early to commute to the job. And then obviously on her way back, there's going to be traffic. And then she's just saying like, there's not enough time to
traffic.
I'm sure most people can relate to
You
this.
didn't listen to it, Osandra.
Oh, go.
It takes
correct.
the train an hour and a half, she said.
See, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
I did. I watched the whole thing.
She takes the train to the city. It still takes an hour and a half, but it's important because traffic, it doesn't matter because it's a train. Now there could be train delays and stuff, but not traffic. She's not driving.
But yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Probably have either a similar situation or they know people because commuting is very common. Everybody probably has commuted at some point. An hour and a half is a lot, but it's also pretty common. There's a lot of people even 2-hour commutes regularly.
But the thing is, in my opinion, it shouldn't be common.
What?
It should not.
It should. No. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's good at all. It's just people shouldn't be bashing her for being upset about it. They should just not be putting up with it. But once you get used to dealing with something, you're like annoyed when people try and get sympathy for something you've been dealing with for how long.
That's literally right there. That's just world fallacy is what's going on with these people.
Yeah, it is. It's true. It's true.
Because
I must say though, and look, this is just the reality. It probably didn't help that she is a blonde white girl.
No.
Blonde,
probably
white girl.
No.
And thing, but the way she is, if you watch the TikTok, she was just being like so dramatic, it's like just talking
I get it.
and not acting like that. That probably would have helped with her cause.
Yeah.
Right? She's a blonde white girl, like I'm like, I get you with Shane girl, but you gotta stop acting like that.
But the thing is, would it have gone viral if she didn't use that voice?
That's true. And probably also wouldn't have gone viral if she wasn't a blonde white girl.
Also true. So she, her greatest strength was her greatest weakness. In that case, as it so often is. Because truly, again, I was ready because her voice, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, annoyed me. So I was ready to clown her. I was fully ready to clown her. But then I'm actually listening to the substance and what she's saying, and I'm like, she's totally valid. She is 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too expensive to live in a city, which forces people to commute to these jobs. This, if anything, just further emphasizes the need for remote work, because the majority, I feel like, of these jobs can be done from home. And you can't tell me that they can't be done from home because during the pandemic, they were done from home.
Or at least the hybrid situation.
Or at least the hybrid situation. Yes. So also on Instagram, I saw this stupid video. This girl should have gotten more hate. But I'm not gonna say who it was because then But she was like, "Oh, I don't know why people are complaining about 9 to 5. I actually love my 9 to 5." And then in the thing, I don't know if it was satire, but in her video, she put how she works from home 3 days a week. So the comments were like, "That's not 9 to 5. That's not a traditional 9 to 5 because she gets casual dress code as well."
And does she commute?
It boggles my mind, bro. You're a hybrid worker. The people who complain about 9 to 5 are the people who, like this girl, who are commuting Monday through Friday, spending an hour and a half, so plus you need another like half an hour maybe to get ready. So 2 hours getting ready, getting to the job, right? Working, then another 2 hours to get back. And she's right. There's not enough time for everything. I'm doing the 9 to 5 commuting right now, but I'm lucky because my mom drives me, right? So I go to bed around like 12 or 1. I wake up 5:30. Get ready. Leave the house at like 6:10ish. I sleep in the car on the way there. So I get my nap in there. Get to work at around like 7:10. Because the thing is, people will be like, "Oh, why don't you get there like right on time? Why are you getting there so early?" Because if I'm running on time, then I'm probably going to be late because of the downtown LA traffic. So I get there 7:30. I work until 4. I take a nice lunch nap from like 1 to 2. So like 1:30 to 2, I take a nap. Work until 4. Then on the way back home, I get back home at like 5:30 maybe. Tuesdays and Thursdays I had the other job too. So yeah, there's not enough time to do everything sometimes. I get it. So she's fully valid.
Yes, because also on that TikTok, she said before she got hired, she went to the gym and all that stuff after college that she can't do now.
Yeah, it's not realistic to be able to have that much energy all the time.
Yeah, and then people like hate on our generation, like, "Oh, this generation doesn't want to work." Shut up!
Yeah.
Like your jobs were closer, just really fucking calm down. It's not that she's saying she doesn't want to work. She didn't complain about the job really at any point. She just complained about the myth of it being 9 to 5. It's not 9 to 5. It's like 7 to 7, low key.
And if she did complain about the job, that'd be valid too.
Also true.
Yeah. But I think she in the TikTok she actually said she gets it, but she doesn't want to do it type of thing. It's all about not even like she's like, "How do you da?" She said she's like, "I get it, but I hate it."
And she's still doing it. Like that's the reality of the situation. She's still doing it. Like
so that seemed pretty valid to me. And even honestly, at least a lot of the comments that I read, some were like, but a lot of them were like, "Yeah, she's right."
On the original Twitter, I did see a lot of hate comments actually, but then the tide changed, and yeah, like some people were saying like, if you disagree with her, you're just being a bootlicker, which I fully agree.
What liquor?
A bootlicker.
Oh. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that before.
Never heard bootlicker.
You've never heard of bootlicker?
No. I've heard of boob liquor, and that's what I thought you said.
Oh.
Especially because it came from Sanda's mouth.
Yeah.
See, but in fact, you were the one thinking dirty there, buddy.
I said, the one who said it.
Bootlicker. That was what the tweet said.
Yeah, but you didn't enunciate boot.
I think you just heard boo, and then you assumed it was boo.
Especially because it came out of your mouth.
All right, yeah. So, moving on.
That, boy, I hope my next job's hybrid, because that'd be great.
Me too.
There's a lot of hybrid jobs out there, I see, though. That's good, though. But, whoa. Santa's hair got, like, insane.
Remind me of somebody. I can't figure it out.
Kind of reminds me of Syndrome.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's funny.
Syndrome was one of the most valid villains of all time.
Well, there
That
you
was interesting. Well, the way he did it wasn't really because he was murdering all these people in the city, but you know, leveling the playing field was understandable.
He did. Because remember, if everyone's a super, then no one's a super.
Yeah, leveling the playing field. I should have explained what
But
I
you
meant by
guys,
that.
if you like that idea, then you should watch The Boys in Gen V.
I
I
can't,
watched The
Video.
Boys.
watch The Boys.
I liked The Boys a lot. The Boys was really good. I'd say Gen V though for me just didn't do it for me. It felt.
You gotta keep watching. You gotta keep watching. It ties
I
directly
watched
into The Boys 4.
Huh? How many seasons?
No. Well, Gen V, there's only one season. It's only on like
Yeah.
4 episodes.
No, The Boys. I watched the whole thing.
Now-
It's great.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but Gen V ties directly into the upcoming Boys season 4.
Yeah, it's just.
So
I
just
don't
push
like
ahead.
it.
You gotta push ahead.
Because like the Gen V, it's so frustrating because the main character is it's centered around her trying to get into the 7.
How many episodes did you watch?
I've watched 4 or 5 or 6. I've watched.
Oh, so you caught up. You're up to the where do you are now?
Yeah, I was almost I was there when it I was at the caught up before they started making more. And it was just like we already know what the 7 is and what it's really like and how evil and corrupt it is. And so it's like the
But how
main
about the
setting.
school?
The school.
God, the school.
Yeah. What is it like? Some of the characters are good, but a lot of them aren't very interesting.
No, the true, the what it really is.
Oh, what the school really is?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to keep watching.
Oh, with the
to find
lab
out.
with the woods, and I haven't seen that. Maybe I don't know what the school is yet, so I'm not.
Like in the newest episode.
Okay.
And then the Dean Shetty's motivations for what she's doing, why the lab is there and why that was all revealed last episode.
I hope it gets good. I mean, I could watch it, but I just
It's only you almost done. There's only 8 of them, and then there's only if you're at 5, then there's 3 more left. Oh, you got to! It's so good. It's so good.
If it's that good, if you think it's that good, I can watch it. I just feel
And
like
then again, it goes directly, literally, into The Boys season 4.
I look forward to The Boys season 4.
So you want to know what's going on? You gotta finish Gen V.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Good. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Good arguing.
Watch the master persuaser at his work right now.
If the next episode isn't interesting, I don't know if I'll watch the 2 after.
But at least I got you to watch the next one. So
Yeah, I'll watch.
Do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Amazon.
Imagine how many dates Ethan landed with that never with that attitude.
Oh boy, and that was it. Yes, that's right. Let me tell you of our new format, everybody. Fewer current events, more deep questions. Correct, Osanda?
Yes. Now, before we get into our weeks, I actually have a test for you guys. So
Another
I'm
one?
going to another test for both of you. So I do want to do a disclaimer. While you guys are looking at this test, I'm going to be talking just so when we're editing and everything like that, it still shows my screen. So, well then. Well, I'm glad he's wearing shorts because otherwise that would have been a very bad accident. So, that would not have been a pleasant surprise. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen.
Osanda, you know you would have liked it.
Nope, not me. Well, I mean,
he's always
obviously,
talking about everyone's dongs each week.
obviously Jordan's already seen it, so that's not me. Okay, so like I said, guys, I'm going to be talking, so please silence. All right, I am talking. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to look at these lists. All right, so spend about 1 minute on each list. I'm going to start the timer right.
Osanda, it's not showing up.
You don't see the list?
No, I see. Okay, nice.
Okay.
I can't even see it.
Wait,
you have to zoom in.
Old man eyes, huh?
Wait, we have to memorize this?
So I'm just going to give you guys. Can you guys confirm that you can see the list?
Yes.
Oh, we
Okay.
have to fill in these letters.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes to look at the list, all right? And then I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to ask about them. So please take equal amount of time to look at both lists. Your 2 minutes begin now. All right. So like I said,
What if I already memorized it?
I'm going to be talking for 2 minutes, buddy. All right. So we got 2 minutes going down. So during this time, Jordan and Ethan are taking a look at list A and list B. So I'm going to take some time to talk about my week while they look at the list. So my week was interesting. I got plantar fasciitis because I'm super old
What?
after going to Knott's with Ethan
Wait,
and
wait,
his
time out.
girlfriend.
What's plantar fasciitis?
So plantar
And
fasciitis
don't
is when
blame me.
it's when the tissue on the bottom of your foot gets inflamed. So that's
Oh.
why I was limping when we were at Knott's, because I wore the wrong shoes. I wore my old shoes thinking that they would help, but I should have just stuck with my barefoot shoes. So I was dealing with plantar fasciitis, and I've been dealing with being a little burnt out, working both jobs, trying to do jujitsu. So I took the full week off jujitsu. I had my first appointment with a therapist yesterday, so that was
Ooh, how
interesting.
was it?
Basically, we just talked.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I can't memorize. Well, all right, I'm trying to look at associations between the words and remember them.
Please note, guys, that I never told you to memorize the list. I just told you to look at both of the lists. So, back to my week before I was so rudely. So I had the appointment with the therapist yesterday. We scheduled a new 1 hour session, I believe, next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. She kind of told me a bit about like her background and everything like that, or like what she plans to do. I think I might have upset her a little bit because she
Why?
said, "What are your expectations for therapy?" And I said, "Well, I have pretty low expectations just because that's how I go about things. I have low expectations for everything." I don't think she found that to be too appealing, but we'll kind of see.
Why? What'd she say?
She just judging by the tone in her voice, I don't know if she appreciated it.
No.
But we'll see. So again, we'll take a pause from talking about my week to wrap things up here. So again, list A and list B. Okay.
Mhm.
So now we're gonna stop the share. All right, guys. So oops,
What?
it's my alarm. All right. So Ethan,
Wait, time out. You have an alarm of a dude whispering to you?
it's it's an anime. It's from Tokyo.
What is
That's my favorite. That's my favorite freaking character right here.
Oh, that's good. I was like, yeah, he has some dude whispering to you.
No, man. Jeez. That alarm, that ringtone actually scares my mom every single time.
whispering is scary?
He's saying, "What will I do? I can't regenerate in time." And then the other guy's like, I say," and then
Yeah, I'd be
I watch
honestly,
the
I'd
Tokyo
be,
Ghoul,
I'd be
actually.
scared to wake up to that every morning.
But it's a good way to wake up. You see, my dog has obviously been trained because as soon as that went off, he got up because he thought I was waking up. But no. So, okay, now to the list. I want to know. Let's start with our guest first, Jordan. Give me as many words as you remember that were on the list.
The whole list, okay. Oh man, I mean, okay. Computer code, bread, wine. Of course, there were computer codes. I'm a software. I swear that wasn't even what was in my head. That was just at the last second. I was thinking of other things. Shoe. I don't remember what the association. I'm trying to pair them. Okay, salsa. It was like there was like music, lyrics, chips and salsa. Just give me 1 second. Shoelace, I think. Shoelace book, and then I can't remember what else. What it was, like graphic designer. School. Was it like book in school? And then like B. Oh, just as many words. Okay. I have a couple more, but I can. Did I say bread wine? I said bread wine. Graphic design. Dang. Ocean breeze was the first one. I'm gonna remember them after, but I I just lost them. I had them and then they disappeared.
He got distracted. All right, Ethan, give me your however many words you remember.
Hey, he's got an advantage.
I remember bread, butter, music, lyrics, fruit, vegetable. Boy, to be honest, I was like half paying attention to the list. Okay, let's see. What else do I remember on this list? Graphic design. Computer software.
That's not it. Computer code.
All right, so I'm gonna say that you both actually proved this guy right from the talent code.
That we use the pairings to remember everything.
Daniel Cole, because he said that people, if they look at two lists, and one list is just the regular pairs, and then the other list is the pairs missing a letter, that people were more likely to remember the list that's missing the letters. And in fact,
because the active effort.
Yeah, I remember that one the most because I really had to look at that one.
See, like Ethan got one pair from the first list, and then he got two from the other. Jordan, you got one, I think, from the first, and then like 3 or 4 on the other. So,
it's also because I was looking at them longer because I was just I thought there was some game where we had to figure out the letters.
Yeah, I had to figure out the missing
for patterns. Like I was doing other stuff, so it was more effort.
There you go. So that was one of the founding principles of his book. So I just wanted to see if that was really true or not, and
judging it was.
Judging by this small sample size, it was
some scientific errors in the scientific process, but it was good. It was good. It was a good game. Like,
so I basically really wrapped up my week. To be honest, I'm gonna start journaling soon.
Do you like the therapist?
I do so far. She's got a bit of an accent. Nothing wrong with it, but a little hard to understand her. But it's not something that's.
At first, I was gonna say a bit of an attitude. I'm like, oh damn,
no,
he really doesn't like her.
No,
imagine. No. Mean therapist, bully.
He was just telling me, like, I wrote down what she said. Let me see. She said, like, CBT, so cognitive behavioral therapy. The thing that she said that I really, liked was, she said that she wants us to focus on the present moment while also thinking about what happened in the past, and that is something that I struggle with, living in the present, because I'm more so very much future centric. So for me, I've had a hard time staying in the present. Coping skills, systematic stuff. Yeah, so I liked her. I'm excited to see where this goes. Wednesday at 7 o'clock is the next session. The cool thing is, if I do go back to once I move, if I go to in-person therapy, her offices are close to where we want to move to, so it'll be like 20 minutes. So I will be able to see her in person. Also, thanks to my insurance, it is only a $10 copay, which is amazing because BetterHelp is way more expensive than that. But obviously, this all depends on if I keep my insurance, which means I have to pass my probation. So we'll see how that goes. Also, for those I don't know if you two know what an FSA is, but I've been debating on an FSA.
The spending, the flexible savings account. Yeah. I put some money in.
I've been going back and forth how much I want to contribute to it next year. Right now, I'm leaning towards maybe $200 a month, maybe $175 a month. That's what I'm gonna lean towards. Because, for those of you who don't know, with an FSA, you can buy things like condoms with tax-saving benefits. So again, one more time, we all need condoms. Well, not me right now, because I'm a little bit of in a dry spell. But we all technically need condoms.
I don't need condoms either.
But Jordan's not volunteering that information, so that's totally fine.
I don't need them. I don't need them. I didn't realize I should input, but yeah, I don't. Not right now.
So, also other stuff like, pills and whatever medication you might need.
Yeah, why did you do the important stuff? Why did you have to say you let off with condoms and you didn't say any other thing you can get with it?
Yeah, that's and then wait, what's that bottle? What's on the bottle? Let me see.
So we have a bunch of anime stuff on this bottle. The bottle was a gift from my ex. So we got Kuroko no Basket, Komi Can't Communicate, Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Toradora, one of my top 5 favorite anime, My Dreadful Darling, Black Clover.
I'm sorry, what are the English versions of that?
Do you get sad every time you drink that?
I do not, no.
Oh, that's good.
No, I'm not that down bad. But
I
again,
don't know. It's from her, so I don't know.
Ethan said something that was inaccurate last week. He said that I've been thinking less and less about my ex, but unfortunately, that is not true. I still think about her every single day. But
Well,
Well, that's
it
you
is
drink
what
that
it is.
bottle.
Well, no, I only drink this at home now. I just recently started using this at home. When I go out, I use a different water bottle.
Did
Yes.
you
you
tell
do the
your
filter.
therapist that?
What?
You told her you think about it every single day.
I will tell my you know what, my therapist is crazy though. She asked me if I was dating again. I'm like, no. She's like, are you dating again or are you working on yourself? I'm like, I'm working on myself. Uh, oh, also,
I don't know.
guys,
The different approaches, I guess. That's
I guess so. I totally forgot about this. I've got my credit card debt down from 10K to 1K in
Isn't
6
that
months.
crazy? That's pretty good.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Oh, he broke up with his girlfriend.
I got dumped, so then I wasn't spending that money.
I don't know, man. I feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship where staying in debt becomes a thing. You should work something out to get out of debt. That should be the priority.
Well, Jordan, I'm clearly doing that. I got my.
No, I mean in the relationship, you shouldn't be staying in debt because you can't like you need to be like can't you find a non-money based way like prioritize getting out of debt first and then go into like spending money in a relationship. I don't know.
Well,
You don't get to pay interest every time every month you wait you get it's extra money you have to pay.
yes.
Like I don't know, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. Like the relationship's important. It's just like can't she work out things? I know there was issues. It's just like that. Just seems like
Well, keep
bad
in
for
mind.
both of you.
I mean, I don't really mind paying for the girl. Actually, well, this is kind of something that we can actually talk about. How
Yeah,
often do y'all want to? How often do y'all want to pay for your? For
If
your
I'm in debt, I'm gonna say, well, I guess you just have to not be with me because I'm gonna focus on getting out of debt first.
Ooh, see, now let me tell you. I pay for most of the dinners, but then there's sometimes we go to eat. I'm like a fast food. Like if we're sitting down, then I pay. Um, except alcohol is usually the most expensive thing. And this is not my suggestion, it's her suggestion. So if she pays for the alcohol, if she gets some, she doesn't really drink. But when she does, she always spends most of the back. Let's see. If you order fast food or something, then we should pay separately because again, we should order separately. Let's see. Sometimes she pays for my meal, and also she made money conscious. So if I said, guess what, boy, I gotta save some money this day. Just okay, and then she makes me dinner. So I pay most of the time. But if I couldn't, if I was running out of money, or if I was in debt, she certainly wouldn't suggest we go out to dinner, Osander. So I don't know if that's what your girlfriend did, but I just want to say your name. but yeah. So I feel like it's pretty balanced, with me.
I would probably be balanced too. I mean, I think I don't have anything in my head that's like I have as the man have to pay and do. Like you could contribute in all kinds of ways.
For example,
like
we're going to Disneyland for the holidays and expensive things like that. She pays for it. So and she suggested it. So she's
but again, it's like I think it should just be if you're making money, making good money, they're making good money. Well, just pay for different things. You can give people gifts and stuff. And I just think it shouldn't be like a role based thing. It should be like as you go. Like what's the situation? Because some women make a lot more than men, and then some men may like if we're too rigid, then it's just hard to really it's hard to be realistic. It's not realistic for your situation often.
Yeah, and I must say she actually never expects it, but she never says. She says, "If I'm offered, I won't say no." So, but it's not like she's expecting me to
Which
pay.
is exactly what Ethan says too, so it works out really well.
Yeah, see, it does, Because then she goes, "Oh no, I'll take care of it." I'm like, "Okay." Ooh-wee. So it's very balanced. See, soulmate.
Yeah, nice.
Aww.
See that?
I think it just depends. Because the difference with our situation was because we were dating so young, and she wasn't working until like the last year. After she started working though, the last year, then we kind of split the dates, or like she would just pay fully. So the money was really never an issue necessarily. Like there were a few things here and there where like I was like,
the money was an issue because you had to get there.
well, yeah, no, I mean like her not paying.
Oh
Was
yeah,
yeah,
but I mean,
obviously.
still let's okay. Let's go to therapy session, guys. Therapy session. Your little $80 Ubers back and forth. It can be like her not paying because she never offered
Yep,
to come
that's what
over to
I mean. I was
you.
thinking that for
She
a long
never
time, but I didn't
offered
say
to, and
anything.
I get, she doesn't want to
She
come here.
did.
I like
She
the,
did offer to pay them a few times. She did offer to pay at least once. I'm not saying like consistently offered, but
well,
That's
that's
over
nice. Did
years.
she
You did
do
it
it?
hundreds of
Did you
times.
say yes?
no.
Oh,
It,
Sandra, you're
it,
crazy.
oh, Sunday, but no. But the point is, you did it hundreds of times, right? You literally did Ubers hundreds of times. That's like $10,000, $15,000 in Uber. Like,
Well, yeah,
Okay, and Osanda, okay, let's say she offered to pay, right? And then fine, you didn't want her to pay. Well, then how about, uh, I don't know, if she's offering to pay for yours, then, she could have Ubered to you or downtown Disney or something close to you, you know,
yeah,
once in a while or once a month or I don't know.
I think
You could have saved a lot of money in Ubers.
like a lot of money because that's crazy. The fact that you got there in 6 months, not really changing anything, just except not being in a relationship. That's like, damn, you
Or if
must have
you
been spending a
didn't
lot.
want to, if you for some reason, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to come over there, boy, you could have taken the Uber. You could have Ubered at least a train and gone to her, and she could have picked you up from the train station. Man, oh
Yeah, the
man,
train station. Yeah, no. What is it with one way? You said 81 way.
yeah, I was like, we say
Oh my
81
god.
way, right?
50 to 80,
But then
50
you
to
said,
70, depending
Yeah,
on.
over time it's gotten more
yeah,
expensive.
Yeah,
Still, that's just, oh my god. Wow.
I will say
and
this. Like, I don't want to slander my ex, right? I don't want to slander my
no,
ex.
it's not.
Okay,
It's not
No,
a bad.
it's not
She's a
about.
very
It's just
nice
more of like
person.
being. It's more of just like being,
Look, not even.
standing up for your needs, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's not. I look. I would say this if it was anybody. Shoot, I don't know. I wouldn't Uber to you as a 80 over and over again for
You
80
wouldn't
bucks.
Uber to
I don't care who
Elizabeth.
you are.
You need to Elizabeth. You wouldn't constantly, Uber to
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Well, Elizabeth, but like I was thinking Osana as like a best friend, not even like a
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Like I still, and the distance wise, I live kind of near where his ex lived, right? So like I'm saying, like I wouldn't Uber over to Osanda over and over again, and he's my best friend. I'm like, hey, you gotta meet me halfway sometimes, man. And that's something like maybe halfway, like. I don't know. But
I mean, did she have a
boyfriend,
job?
girlfriend, best
I
friend,
mean, did she have like a good paying job?
Uber is like,
How much? I don't know. I don't want to just talk about that.
no.
Yeah.
So my ex, like I said, she didn't start working until the last year of the relationship, and like it was minimum wage. It was like we're talking like 16 an hour. So
Wow. Oh,
yeah,
so she was in school. Okay, master's degree, bachelor's, master, community college
bachelor's.
for like, but because high school. It's been like 7 years. That's 7 years.
Again, not gonna not.
Yeah. Okay. I won't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
We don't know the name. We don't know the person.
either way.
I just don't. I'm just trying to piece together the picture. But I won't. I don't know.
I'll say
Okay,
like
even if you still could have. There's so many alternative. Like I said, you could have taken a train there. You could Uber to a train.
Yeah.
as
Trains are.
we've
To
discussed
be
this.
fair, you didn't know, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me this just now?"
The Uber to the train thing. This man didn't feel the need to tell me about this Ubering to the train
But
idea.
you could. Sandra, you could have put it in your Apple Map. You could have Googled. You could have like something. You could have how to get from
You could have just had
Alvarado to uh, the valley.
or
to
a long
Crystal
distance
Square.
relationship too, like for a little bit, just like a semi long distance. It's not even that.
Or
Really.
that too. Maybe see each other twice a month. I don't know. Like,
See that would have been a problem because already it wasn't enough that we were hanging out once a week because
okay. So I'm telling you, Sandra, you could have trained thing. You know how much that would have saved you? A lot.
So I will say this, just again. So I should have been saving during the pandemic because those 4 months we weren't hanging out. So I actually should have been saving during that time. I
What were you
squandered that
doing?
money. I just squandered that money. I finally because I was unemployed for so long because I got laid off. So then once I got that money again, I was just spending on random stuff. But like I said, I'm glad I got the debt down. I paid off the second and third personal loan. I just have the fourth personal loan left. I'm gonna pay off my credit card next month with the new paycheck. I'm gonna have that last personal loan left that it's for about $460 a month. I'm going to pay $475 a month for right now. Slowly up that to pay that loan off in about 3 years instead of 5. After that point, Or maybe next year, depending on my finances, I'll look into getting a car. We'll see. It all just depends. But my financial situation is looking really nice. Obviously, I'd much rather have a girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a happy.
Don't worry, Osana, you can do both.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, why not? Why not do both? Just make it work. Just like push for, hey, I want a good financial situation and a good relationship.
Well, again, remember, guys, that's why I'm doing the therapy to learn how to establish and
boundaries.
enforce boundaries, because that was definitely one of my weaknesses. But at least I acknowledge that weakness, and I'm working on improving.
That's true.
That's good to know for the future. But yeah, no, but I just wanted you to know you can do both. So, say next year, right? All right, so say next year. Ooh, boy, you meet this girl you really like, but you're in debt or something. I hope you don't push her away because you're in debt, type of thing. Yeah.
Nah, but like I told you, I might not date again until I'm 30. I don't know yet. I'm kind of just gonna see how.
You said I'm just gonna buy your next year comment.
I said next year, but before that I did say 30. So it really just depends on how horny I get. Recently.
Wait, no, I thought you said you want to be married by 30.
I want to be married by 32, 33.
Oh, okay.
So if I start 30, then I meet her for I'm gonna do something that you guys don't. So y'all haven't tried this. I'm gonna try eHarmony, Match.com, whatever. I'm going to try those websites because I'm not a Tinder dude. I'm not a.
And using Bumble and something else.
I
mean,
sounds pretty nice. Whatever works, man.
Yeah. So we'll see. The main focus right now is definitely on my finances, just because I was in debt for so long. But I told y'all that I got into debt on purpose, and I said that I said that I would pay off my credit card. So right here,
if you ever meet our Aunt Diane and you tell her you ever went to debt on purpose, she might slap you.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would.
It was,
and I was watch. I'm like, hold on, let me get the camera out. All right, go ahead. Slap.
There's people in $500,000 in debt. I went into debt purpose.
Bro, look, I had reached a plateau with my credit scores where it wasn't improving, even though I was using so little. So I had to get into debt and to get to the hundreds.
You just had to do it.
Why not just
had to do it?
Why do you need the credit score that high? You're going to end up paying more money from the debt than you are from the benefits of a higher credit rate, right?
Well, this is true. The getting into debt, it also helps with content once I resume the YouTube channel and help people get out of debt.
But did you actually pay? What did you pay for with all that money that you went into debt for? What did you buy? What did you use the money that you?
I don't know. I threw it away.
I spoiled my ex with a lot of gifts, for sure.
Oh, that's nice of you, but damn.
I spoiled I didn't really spoil myself necessarily. That I mean, I got some things for me. I paid for.
You didn't spoil us with gifts. Jordan and I are waiting for our gifts, man.
I will say I do owe Ethan a really nice birthday gift next year, so I might get him tickets to Toronto or something like that. Because I do. Ethan showed up for my birthday.
That's right.
Yeah,
and then I took him out to dinner.
So I definitely do owe Ethan a nice birthday gift. We'll see.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you can buy me that ice bath. You can buy one for me, one for you.
You're crazy. You're tripping. Why don't I just buy one?
For both of you. If both you guys use it right then.
Yeah, why don't we just both use it? I don't get it.
At the same time.
Because then it's not my personal ice bath. Then I can't get you to spend $5,000 on a stupid thing for me. So
it's not a stupid thing. It's a very, very, very important recovery.
Okay, it's $5,000 for what?
For peace of mind. Jordan,
is that the only way to get peace of mind? You need the $5,000 ice.
Well, I've been
I see a recurring trend here. Actually, $5,000 for peace of mind. However many $1,000s to get content for your YouTube channel that you didn't start. It seems like you like to spend money on emotions or things like.
Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, a little
It's
pattern.
actually quite funny because I'm considering myself to be a very logical person to the point where
I don't know about
invalidate
that.
I invalidate my own feelings and the feelings of others. Oh, speaking of, let's talk about the Knots girl, bro, because that girl pissed me off, and I feel like I know I'm being a hater, but
What?
she pissed me off, bro. So Jordan, we went
Are you
into the
just
maze.
mad that she had a boyfriend, or what's going
No,
on?
I'm not. I'm not. So we were going into the maze, and then there was this girl with her dude, and she was like this into his neck the entire time, and I was right behind them. Unfortunately, this was the only maze that I went in front of Ethan, and I instantly regretted it once I saw what was going on, because. So first off,
What was she doing? What was
she
she
was just
doing?
like she was just so scared, and she was just like in his neck, and I'm just like,
So what's wrong with that?
oh,
She was
I don't know.
It's
terrified.
cute. It's perfect.
She
It
was
picturesque.
scared and hiding it. If they're like, doing sexual activities, all right. But I saw them. She was terrified and still got scared when they jumped out, and she was hiding in her boyfriend's mouth. You think Elizabeth, who also doesn't like those things, at Horror Night, she was over here. I was filming, and she was over here, grabbing my shoulders, like and holding my hand. I just
That's fine. That's totally chill. That's totally chill. I would hold my ex's hand in the maze too, so it's not that big of a deal. The
can't.
neck thing, I don't
What
know.
is wrong with that?
She was scared. That's what she's reacting.
There are friends of mine, the previous Horror Night Sounds, it almost like they yanked my arm and fell to the floor and crawled out of the maze and took me with them because they were terrified. So
That's
I don't know. You're mad at people when you're mad she's so scared. Like
yeah.
she
What
wasn't
did she
even
do
kissing
wrong? I
anyone,
don't
she was
understand.
hiding. She was getting comfort.
I think I was.
When I had my panic attack, I was looking like that in Elizabeth's arms.
Yeah,
I was like, boy, comfort me. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was perfectly fine.
I
yeah.
think maybe I'm being a hater because
I think so.
the thing slapping me in the face. It would go because like they weren't, So that might have been where my hater.
So just use your arms and open the thing.
I
You
feel so.
saw them coming.
I guess. I'm just being a hater. I acknowledge that I'm being a hater, but I'm being a hater.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
also,
as bad as
Okay,
the
at least
girl
you
at the
can
bowling alley.
acknowledge.
huh?
You're as bad as the grandma at the bowling alley.
Absolutely not. I didn't accost them. The lady at the boat.
Oh, pushed you and you didn't do anything, right? That's fair. Yeah, no, she touched you. That's not good. That's
Yeah.
not
I was
right.
just hating, brooding to myself, and you
I
not
know. She
nowhere
was
near,
terrible.
nowhere
But
near as bad.
that's so funny. I still can't believe we're thinking about that still. That's hilarious.
Well, I had plantar fasciitis from knots, bro. So, also, it was so funny. One of the top moments of the night was when, was when.
Oh yeah, he can laugh about that one. No.
So all three of us got up. Jordan, we like got out of we went back to like enter the crowd, and then we entered the crowd, and then Ethan's girlfriend yelled, right? Nothing wrong with the yelling, because it's like, oh, like I just assumed, because I was kind of looking that way, and then I looked forward, and I just assumed
I thought there was a scare actor.
like a scare actor who scared her. And then I look, and it's just a cop.
She's like, "Oh, you're scared!" to the cops. So funny.
So freaking hilarious. She got that was the only time she got scared by someone, basically. And it was a cop. It wasn't even a scare actor. And I just saw his face, and the man looked either defeated, dead inside, or he was laughing too. I don't know. But it was just so freaking funny, bro. I was cracking up.
Oh man! And she's like, "Yeah, that's the scariest thing here."
I guess you're technically right. You technically
Yes.
the most threatening thing there.
So Ethan, he should have been more scared, because,
And I should have started running.
And then this was just a goated moment for myself, personally, because there was a point where she went to the bathroom, and then Ethan and I were waiting outside the bathroom, and I'm like, shouldn't you, like text her where we are? And he's like, no. Why would I do that?
I thought she's gonna walk right past us.
Why would I do that? This is the only exit. I'm like, well, you never know, bro. He's like, nah, it's cool. And then he checked his phone, and he's like, oh, I guess you're right. She did text me.
Oh boy. But very bad with those blinking lights. It was really messing with my head and the
Oh yeah.
line. There was these really bad strobe lights that kept going off, and where the lines are moving. And I'm like, I was like, I can't do it. I was almost
Yeah.
gonna walk out because I couldn't do it. I was like,
Yeah, I
It
can.
was
We
terrible.
should have stopped waiting at that maze, bro. Like,
Yeah, it was like two
yeah.
of them too. I was like, oh my
I'd
god.
probably get the same thing.
And they
Like,
were inconsistent too. It was like they were waterboarding us almost, but with
yeah.
lights.
I was like, oh, I got very uncomfortable. Oh,
That's a
terrible.
seizure warning.
Yeah.
For real. Like, woo. But that ice cream was very good.
Oh yeah, this man deep throated some ice cream and
Oh,
tried to get me to do it too. And I was just looking at him like, what in what world am I gonna share an ice cream cone with you? All right. So I talked a lot about my week. My bad. Ethan, how was your week?
Oh shoot! Yes, my week is pretty good. Since we last left, I went saw the space shuttle Endeavour at the California Science Center.
very nice.
Wait, when did we record last week?
My Hero Academia reference.
Did we record on
recorded
Friday or
Four
Sunday?
knots from Friday.
Okay, yes. Okay,
That was it.
so I saw the Endeavour. We rode scooters around downtown. I bought my own electric scooter, as I may have mentioned before, so it's cool. The bird-looking things. And then, the bird scooters of Thunder. And then, okay, well, maybe not. You're around
Scooters.
downtown, walk around, you'll see them. The whole bunch of scooters parked on the sidewalk.
They look like a bird?
No, it's just scooters
called
that
Bird.
are been
It's a
branded
company.
bird.
And then I went to Knott's after that. And then on Sunday, I don't know what I did. It must have been not important. I did do something. And then Monday through Friday, pretty good. Oh, my boss was off Thursday and Friday, so I was taking a lot of naps.
Which he does anyway, guys. So unlike me, Ethan naps during work. I nap during the break. Ethan naps during his shift. All right, I want to clarify that.
And I had a nice interview for project assistant for the City of LA Aging Department, hybrid position, by the way. Last Thursday. Went to therapy on Friday. Unlike Osanda's therapist, my therapist loves me. She took a break last week because she was seeing the F1 races in Austin, which are coming to Vegas. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
How was the therapy?
It was great. We made lists and we were talking. That hour flew by. I love in person. I don't like the Zoom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would rather do in person too, but
Yours makes sense because you're like all over there and yeah. Yeah, mine's in just Newbury Park, so it's not too bad. And it's right after work, so I can make it there just in time. And then, whatchamacallit, yesterday I went to Nights of the Jack. It's this cool immersive pumpkin trail experience in Calabasas. They have glow-up pumpkins and games, and it's super fun. It's my first time going.
Calabasas means pumpkin.
Exactly. They even had a monument explaining the history of Calabasas and the name. So, and I don't know if you know this, Jordan, but I learned yesterday. So, way back before Calabasas was formed, someone was there's this truck full of pumpkins going up the freeway, the 101 right there, and then like it crashed and the pumpkins fell all over the freeway, and they said something lost pumpkins. And then that's how the city of Calabasas came to have its name, because all these pumpkins fell off this truck. And they said, we should name this place Calabasas because all these pumpkins fell off here. I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't get it.
But you don't get it?
What do you mean? What?
Just a random association of events.
The truck had a whole bunch of pumpkins fell off, had an accident, and all the pumpkins fell on the freeway. And what was just LA County at the time, but would be the eventual location of Calabasas. So whoever settled Calabasas decided to name it, looked to that accident, and I don't know, maybe they had a spiritual thing and said, oh, wow, I don't know, Let's name
I
this
was
group
expecting to like
Calabasas.
laugh really hard and get the joke or something. There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just a.
But what does the name Calabasas have to do with pumpkin? Is my question. Like,
Oh, it means pumpkin in
Oh,
Spanish.
the Calabas means pumpkin in Spanish.
why did you motherfucker say that?
Sorry.
You fucking idiot! What the fuck? What? Nowhere did you got that? No, what the heck?
I'm sorry. It's only for the viewers. I
Yeah.
apologize to the viewers for being confusing.
Yes,
I'm new to this.
yes, Calabas means pumpkin, and so yeah,
That
that's
makes so much more sense, guys.
I'm sorry.
so now that's why when the
I think a podcast would be better if we thought about how to explaining things. There's probably a lot of things that we haven't explained.
probably please comment down below if you need some clarification. And then and today is Saturday, so I went to this community meeting this morning, a Metro community meeting, to give my input on the proposed subway from the Van Nuys Metrolink station all the way down to West LA and eventually LAX. It's starting soon. Then I went to Universal, came back, watched Iron Man. I haven't watched Iron Man in quite a long time.
The first one.
The first one, the very first one. And I was like, I miss Robert Downey Jr. And then, man, you have a man whispering to you when you're, and tonight I'm going to a Halloween party with my lovely girlfriend. That's my week. Oh, son, Jordan.
We don't care about Jordan's week. Let's just interview him because he said that he doesn't.
That's what I was about to do. You're gonna interrupt me.
Oh, my bad.
So now we're on a new segment. Interview the special guest. So Jordan, tell us about your life from the second you were born. I'm just kidding.
Well, it all started back in the universe was created.
Jordan, first question for you. How many minutes or seconds are you younger than your brother?
20 minutes younger.
20 minutes younger. Does he brag about that his whole life?
No, we never gave a crap because it never.
The only time I heard him mention is when someone else asked, like you.
Because it doesn't. We know that it doesn't really matter. Technically, we were conceived at the same time, right? We came into. We split. Maybe someone split into from the other, but still, we're technically the same age off of that because we were the same egg or like same cell that split.
Okay, so fair enough. Next question: did you guys get dressed up the same when you were younger?
You're really prepared. You have a list now.
I don't have a list.
Oh wow! Because we're usually rapid fire.
I am. We dressed up. When we were really young, our mom wanted to dress us up a lot. She really wanted to have us. She enjoyed having us like that. But we just had the same clothes, so I guess we did end up wearing the same stuff. But we didn't really try to be the same at all. I mean, we didn't try to be different either. We just kind of did whatever, and it just ended up being very similar, dressing similar. We didn't have very creative clothes. It was like black and blue and like Old Navy and Target clothes, like nothing really like that crazy. So dressing differently wouldn't even been much anyway. So
in school, what are your teachers mix you up?
Did we? And then you're gonna ask also, did we try to confuse them and cheat on tests? We didn't really try to do any we weren't mischievous in that way. People mix us up all the time, so we didn't even have to be. I mean, I remember there was somebody from 12th grade that we'd known since 2nd grade who, to the very end of, to the literal last day, it was like graduation day, and I was walking back to the car. I was like, this is the last day of high school, and this guy got us mixed up. He didn't have a clue. And we've known us since 2nd grade, or at least you've been familiar with us. We've been confused.
No question.
Jordan, have you ever gotten the question in your life? This question right here. Are you on the basketball team?
The basketball team. What's basketball? It's not the one with the racket.
It's a sport where I block you. I packed you from behind.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So
Oh god,
apparently,
you
professional
really
basketball.
proud of that
The
moment.
one,
I
the
was
one
like,
trick pony is gonna he's gonna get the jump on everybody. Five minutes of stamina.
really proud of them.
It's when the 5'5" brown guy blocked the 6'2" black guy. Six.
Oh, actually, 3 and 3/4.
Real question
Yeah.
is, can you do it again?
Hell
Uh,
yeah, I can. Easy peasy
you can
lemon
get a
squeezy.
winter. Okay, God, I
We'll
don't even
have
want
to
to.
go up to Seattle and we'll have to test it out.
Next
I'm
question.
almost curious.
Jordan, did you ever feel the need that you had to distinguish yourself from your brother? So did you purposely try to do activities that your brother didn't just so you could make a name for yourself?
Are you
I don't think we
sure?
we didn't try and
No.
I never tried to do something because he didn't because he was doing. No, we never tried to do something different. But it was nice when we did have our like our own paths or like slightly own things that we could not be packed in it, and it's nothing to do with him or vice versa for him, his per se. It's just like the way other people treat us. They're always like, you're one person. I mean, some people won't even pretend to think of us as two people. They will literally just talk to us as you're one person and call us Rayfield. And that's the only name they know. They don't bother to know. So
Rayfield, that's what
it's actually like in a humanize
at the
legitimately. So
That's
it's
cool.
like
the YMCA or
some people are like
whatever that
that. So,
after school thing. Yeah, YMCA.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll be like,
absolutely.
Rayfield, come here.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
Yeah. So,
serious?
Yeah, they're like
counseling,
Rayfield.
it's like again, it's like from early years to through college, people would just not try. So it was nice when they would actually bother to learn you for you.
Yeah,
And
there would be every day they'd be like Rayfield, you don't know
yep, yep,
Rayfield.
yep. Rayfield was our name. It was like yeah.
Like wow.
I didn't take offense to it really, except that there were certain times it definitely bothered me. Like there was one girl who was like she was straight up like she said it in such a rude way. She was like I was trying to just talk to her, and she was like, what's your name? It's like, I'm not even trying to know. And like, it was like, it was such a,
That's
like,
cool.
just dismissive. And was she even trying?
What's that in the
You're talking to
YMCA?
me. No, this was in college. This is community
Oh,
college.
wow.
So and that there's a lot of it. There was somebody who I talked to for 3 hours in the community college, and he didn't even know. I didn't realize he didn't know he was talking to me. The whole time he
He's
thought I was
actually
talking.
not as Christian.
3 hours,
That's
and
crazy.
Why
there's
did you
so many.
tell him?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to really tell him. It's just like, I mean, he's not
Where's the
able.
big sign? I'm Jordan.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. People are just, yeah, if they can't do it, they can't do it. But I'm not gonna engage with them if they're not gonna try. Some people can figure it out in 2 days. Like my grandma on my grandfather's
Your step
like second wife,
grandma.
basically. She was yeah, Grandma Daisy. If you heard, know of her. She was able to literally in 2 days get us right, like to consistently get us right, like 2 days. But it takes some people 10 years and they still don't know. It's like it's a huge spectrum.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Jordan, what were your
yeah.
immediate thoughts when you were laid off? Did you feel happy or relieved or were you sad? What happened?
Uh, I was stunned right as I found out because it was just the morning, another Monday morning, and I get an email. You could get tons of emails, but you open this one and it's this one that starts off innocent, but then it says something like, "Unfortunately, due to circumstances, we have to let you go." And it's, wait, what? Oh, shit! Wow, this is actually happening. And then I got on they gave a link to a Teams call, and there were maybe a couple dozen people in there from different teams, and this manager, this woman where I had met in person, was telling everybody, with this, she seemed like she was a genuinely good person. She was just like upset or unhappy to be telling us this, but she was just like, yeah, you're all gone. Here's a care package and get the hell out. And that was basically it. And then, I mean, I talked to my manager and my coworkers. We went out for lunch and stuff, and I'm still in contact with them. But how do I feel? It was mostly just I was stunned, disappointed, but I wasn't necessarily, like it wasn't like I thought this was impossible and like my world is torn apart. It was more of like, yeah, that stuff happens, and there were rumors that Microsoft was doing layoffs during that time. So and they were doing them in secret, and they were actually doing them in secret. So that's just how it goes. And
Mhm.
like
Not even
there were a lot of people who got laid off. There were a lot of people in my company and then all over the tech world. So I'm not taking it personally. I'm not ashamed to have been laid off. It's just
you can get
how it is
Osanda shaking in his boots now.
for afraid to not have a job or something.
He asks me almost every day. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get laid off because of what
With your current job?
according to his hazing coworkers.
So this is actually incorrect. I do not ask him every single day. Maybe once a week tops. Once a
Twice.
week tops. Um. So basically, what happened was, well, you know what? We don't need to talk about. We're interviewing you right now, so never mind. Number two, or not number two, but going back to it. When it came to the layoffs. No, okay. So after the layoffs, for those of you who obviously don't know, since Jordan's first time on the podcast, he went on a trip around the world. So Jordan, let us know your top 3 favorite countries overall, Jordan, that you.
It's not easy.
Okay, fine.
I'll try. I'll just give you my best, and you'll
I'll have
have
a
a
top
very vague
top
understanding of what I
3
actually I like and
favorite
dislike.
moments of the
Oh,
trip.
top 3 favorite moments. Better. Top 3 favorite moments.
Moments. I didn't separate things into moments. That's hard.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't like. You could say days. Like I had like the
Top
top
3
three days.
favorite days.
Fine, top 3 favorite days. Then yeah.
No, I don't know. No, no, no. Wait. No. I have a favorite day. I have one of my favorite days was in Tokyo. I should say the places I went and the order I went them in. It was a lot because my plan was to just get as much as I could, in terms of exploring rather than trying to stay in one place when I didn't even know if I was going to like it. So I stayed for about 5 days average in 7 countries in Europe and then one in Japan. So first I was in America and I was in Cleveland to visit my grandpa for 5 days, and then I was in New York for 6 days, and then Miami because my friend recommended he liked Miami. I was like, why not? I'll try. I've heard about Miami. I get that's a party place. I'm not really a party guy, but it could be fun, and I liked it. I thought it was cool. Not even for the party stuff, just the environment, the feeling, and the Everglades. I'll talk more about it, but then I was Oslo, Norway, and then Stockholm, Sweden. The colder countries because this was in the summer. I started traveling at the end of May, so I had this whole summer. Very rare opportunity I saw to let me go to these northern countries where you usually aren't really gonna have a reason to go unless there's some specific thing happening and somebody like you really want to go there. But you normally like the Scandinavian countries don't get as much attention as the rest of Europe, or at least Norway and Sweden typically not as much. Typically the younger I didn't see that many younger people in Norway. There were more in Sweden because Sweden's more cool and more whatever, like hip. So I guess, but I wanted to go. I just wanted to get to them before I had this chance because it's not you're not gonna have many more chances to do like a solo trip in these places. So I had Norway, then Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and then Copenhagen, Denmark, then Geneva, Switzerland, and then there's a place called Rennes in France, the northwest. Rennes is how they say it. Rennes. It's almost like my mom's name, Renee, with an S, but it's 2 N's instead of 2 E's. Anyway, and then Paris because I had a layover, so I had to get through Paris. So I mean, I had already been to Paris, so I didn't want to go again. But I didn't of all the places I was going to choose, I didn't want to go there again. But I ended up going for 2 days, so I got pictures of the Eiffel Tower or the Triumph and stuff, and then Madrid, Spain, and then a couple other towns nearby, which were really awesome. And then Lisbon, Portugal, and then Japan, Tokyo, and Osaka, and then some like day trips to nearby cities, towns. So yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely. I even after Japan, I went to Hawaii. Hawaii was I mean, I didn't go. It was a layover, and it was like a few hours. I went to Pearl Harbor because it was right there by the airport. I got lucky, so I just went to the museum. But anyway, what was my? You said top 3
Day.
favorite days. The one of my favorite days was in Tokyo. I went to a place called Akihabara. Everybody who knows Japan is like very familiar with that because it's just like a major, just gaming area. Just just a place you buy a bunch of stuff. There's just so much stuff, and to me, the thing I really loved about it, it was this gigantic. It was basically think like think like I don't know how you even describe it. It was rows and rows and floors and floors and floors of just games and game merchandise and gaming floors where people were just playing games or video games, board games, casino games, and just floor after floor after floor, just people and people and people. And it's like the scale of it I hadn't really seen. And the same thing with the stores. Think like a Walmart, but there's floors and floor and floor, another floor of just everything that you can imagine is being sold there. Like every possible item they're selling. So there was just so much stuff. It was just so cool. It was like another world. Like there's not really anything that has that kind of scale. It was really cool to see that. And there was a cat cafe I went to. Cats were cool. They didn't care about you though. They were like completely only cared about food. If you held food in your hand, they would come eat it and then make you touch them. They'd like get away from me. Let's see. Yeah, so those were really cool. Then I went to a place called uh, Labs, Team Labs, which again is another it's just super popular. The place is not it's like an art museum, but it's not really an art museum. It's just built to be a cool place for tourists to come look at. But I really loved it, especially the what's it called? This I can't remember what it's called. It's like this one exhibit within it, which is all these lights and they're all flashing in coordination with this music and it's like from floor to ceiling, and you can the ground is glass, ceiling's glass, and it feels like infinite parallel universes with the lights going and everything. It's like so cool. It's a cosmic experience. It's wonderful, even if it was made deliberately as a a tourist entertainment. It's beautiful art. I love it. So anyway, I did that, and then we got a bunch of people at the hostel I was at, and we all uh basically just got together and agreed to meet at place called Golden Guy in the city called Shinjuku, which is like it's just like the party part of Tokyo. Everybody goes. Every young person who comes is like, let's go to Shinjuku. That's that's because you want to experience the nightlife. And the Golden Guy is like the extra party part of that, where they've got the prostitutes lined up and they're trying to sell to you, and it's like maids dressed up and all kind of whatever crazy stuff. And I had a crazy thing there where I think I almost got kidnapped because this lady was she literally, I think it was a prostitute, and she was literally physically pulling me, and like, come on, come on. She was saying a massage. She was like, oh, come on, it's a massage. Just check it out. Just check stuff out. And by the end of this trip, I had been like entertaining people, just for the hell of it, because like sometimes it's just more interesting. Like, oh, whatever, this person gonna show me. Maybe I get some free stuff. Like, why not? All right. But then she started trying to pull me in this elevator, and I'm like, okay, what the hell are you doing? I'm standing. It's like a shabby old small elevator. She was trying to pull me in. Okay, no way I'm going in there. That's a super creepy. So I just got away from her, and she was like, you wanna. She started. I don't want to be explicit on YouTube, or we're gonna get demonetized. But she just like straight up started offering more explicit things to me after I said no, trying to get me. So I'm like, no, I'm okay. Okay, no, this is not worth my time. And then,
Was she
but
hung?
I guess, and, and like not really, not necessarily, not ugly. Just like I wasn't really like thinking much about it because I'm just like, okay, I don't want like, where's this person trying? I was just basically like looking at the situation because I was on the main street. I'm like, as long as I'm on the main street, I can entertain whatever this person's doing. But then once you try to take me off it, now, okay, I don't want to do this. But yeah, this was like, so I forgot, I skipped the part that I had dinner with all those people that we went out to the area. We had dinner, we walked around a bunch of different areas, watched it, played some games, and played the claw machine games and like racing games, and just talked, and there was music. And then I was sick that whole day though, actually, which was a really interesting thing. I was so tired, and I didn't think I would make it through the day, but somehow I enjoyed the things I was doing, that I guess I just had enough energy. I stayed up till like 2 a.m., like 3 a.m., and they were still going for karaoke at 3 a.m. But I was like, okay, I should sleep for my own, well-being. And that's when you guys called me, and you were like, you were telling me, I was sick. I was telling you I was sick. Remember it was like morning, and I was eating breakfast, and you guys were like, oh, you should stay another night at the hotel. That was the night right after. It was the morning right after I had done this day that I explained. But I had a really fun day, and I stayed at that really nice hotel to like end my day. So it was a cool. That was definitely one of my favorite days. Um, one of my other favorite days. Sorry, it takes a long time to talk about, but man, one of my favorite. There were so many cool things, but to say one of my favorite days, I really loved Super Nintendo World. It was really fun.
Ooh.
Universal in general. I don't know if it beats out other days. I don't know if it's like completely winning, but there's okay. My mom called. I'll call her back. I what's my favorite days? That was one. Okay, I'm gonna say when I climbed when I did hiking in Chamonix, the climbing near Geneva, like in Switzerland. So I was just you go to the Alps, like take a bus to the Alps, to a place called Chamonix, and it's in the French part of the Alps. So it's all mountains. It's a small town where you just basically go hiking or just see views, and there's gigantic glaciers, gigantic mountains, all like giant mountains, and then like a small town at the bottom of this valley, like a little town. And it was really, really beautiful. I hiked up. I did a hard hike, and I did it really fast because I was rushing. I didn't realize. I don't know. I just kind of ended up rushing, but it was really hard, but it was really rewarding and really beautiful along the way up. And I just really enjoyed that hike. And then I was able to walk around like with the hostel people I met. Um, I was able to spend time with them like later in the day, like just walking around Geneva. So that was really nice. Uh, yeah, it's not I guess not a lot of details to that, but that was definitely really really awesome. Was a favorite day. Probably place called Segovia might have been. It might have. It's like a candidate for one of my favorite days. Segovia is a place in Spain called near Madrid. So it's like you take a bus from Madrid to Segovia. It's a little north, and it's an old Roman, city, or at least that's known for having been part of the Roman Empire, and has a giant aqueduct that's still intact from 2,000 years ago. So that's the big attraction. But there's also that's one of the other two are a gigantic cathedral that was built by Muslim people. I forgot the name. There's only one gigantic cathedral, and then there's what was it? Alcatraz. Is it Alcatraz? No, not Alcatraz. I'm sorry, I forgot. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. These are popular names. But these are like really beautiful cathedrals, and they had all kinds of history. There was so much inside. There was so many, just like really what you would expect when you think of medieval Europe, like all the knights and cannons and like stuff, like the real stuff in there. And
I never
just a
knew that Muslims built something in Europe though. On the
that's the thing. That's the thing about history. They really don't. Europeans don't really say anything about history that doesn't make them look, good, because like they were conquered. Muslims conquered the Spain, the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal.
oh,
The majority of it for 700 years they were in that area, and they had a major influence on. They actually gave them like a lot of modern civilization, modern technology, medicine. It was the year like in the 600s when Islam was first born. It created a huge boom of, I guess, just prosperity in the Middle East and then parts of Africa, where the people who conquered Africa also, many of them were black people. Like they say in the records, it was like these people were pitch black. The people who conquered that area, that Segovia, and they just call them Berbers, but we don't actually know the the ethnic group. We don't lock down a region, and we don't. It doesn't seem like we have a very strong tracking of where those people are today, like who descends from those, what those people were like, and where are their buildings, where their remains. Of course, we have some. It just doesn't seem like it's as um nearly as well documented. Where did these people come from as other cultures? Anyway, it was really cool to learn. Yeah, that was another thing I loved. I was learning about the history that you never would have known, and physically being there. No one can tell you this is like, this is fake, and this is real. It was like 700 years of history, and so it was just really enriching and enlightening, and it was beautiful, and it was just really cool to see. So I would say maybe I could say that those are maybe my three, like a Tokyo thing, and then the Chamonix climbing, and then the then Segovia and the history. So I was like fun, physical activity, and history were my three different types of like really cool days. That took a long time to explain. I'm not good at making things short and brief. I just kind of I don't.
Except
Yeah.
when you texted to us.
Yeah,
Uh,
that when you freaking texted to us, literally,
oh,
bro.
It was fun.
Where was this descriptiveness when it comes to we've been asking for months, and then this man says, "Oh, it was good." You
no, you didn't. I mean, I told, like, I had the chat. Weren't you in the chat?
you didn't really. I mean, yes, but like
You spent a
you
lot of
still.
time. You explained a lot.
I didn't get any feedback on whether I was sending too much or too little. I sent a ton of
I
pictures and I
loved it.
explained a lot of things. Like, I sent
Mm-hmm.
a lot of
You did.
pictures the whole trip. So, I mean, I wasn't sure if I was sending too much or too little. I didn't really, and I get that. And I didn't explain everything. I didn't even know how much you cared about the details of it. I wasn't sure what you wanted to hear. I just didn't want to overload you. But I'll talk if you want to talk. I can talk for a long time about it. I have so many different, like, there's so much packed in every day. If you want me to talk about it. I'm sorry. I don't know. If you really want me to talk about it, I can talk about it more. I can talk about it more.
Next
Perfect.
question. Next question. What is the greatest weakness to being so tall?
You getting in things inside of Japan. It's a nightmare. I was on the bus and I had to sit physically sideways. I had to turn my body sideways because I couldn't fit inside the seat. It was like for 5-year-old. And there's chairs inside the hostels that it reminds me, like, I get flashbacks to kindergarten because chairs are literally the size of when I was 5 years old. Literally, they are so small. Not all of them, but some of them are so small. You genuinely, it is like being in the kindergarten. It's crazy. Like, again, not all, but some of them. And yeah, that's the biggest disadvantage. And I hit my head many times throughout my travel.
Aw.
Like, there's old castles and stuff. You walk through, the door is just so low because the people probably weren't that tall. Even like in Europe too, not just Japan. Spain. Yeah.
What's the greatest advantage you have being so tall?
The greatest advantage I have being so tall, I don't even know because I don't think much about my, like, the biggest advantage is probably at height is, like, for, I guess, dating. That's the biggest thing. Partner likes your attractiveness. That or likes your height. That's a major plus. That's finding a partner is a big thing. So I mean, I don't play basketball. I'm not trying to do sports, so that height's not a big thing there. I'm not in like some image focused thing where I need to look as intimidating and cool or whatever the heck is possible. So I don't think my height is that. I don't, other than like dating and then like attention. Getting attention is easy, and seeing people is easy, but I don't know.
What do you love most
Should
about Seattle over California?
the nature
Huh.
and yeah, the nature the most thing I love the most is I live right next to this town, like right next to the water. There's water. It's always nice. It's always it's beautiful. Like obviously it's cloudy, but I don't care that much as long as it's not so. I care when it gets dark, when it gets to nighttime. That's when it's more like I wish, even if it's gray and it's daytime, that's fine for me. I just don't want it to be night because then it's like the day is over and you can't really do much. But it looks beautiful. Green everywhere. The ocean's nice. The sun comes out more than people. It comes out at least some of the day. I mean, it's cloudy a lot, but it comes
Oh
out and you
wow!
can
It comes out
appreciate it.
once a day. Oh
Yeah, I mean,
wow!
it's
Amazing.
like, yeah, I mean, like, it's not. I don't know. I don't need to constantly be bathed in sun to be like happy. I don't. So I'm not. It doesn't affect me. I get that that's not the norm, but there's plenty of sunny days. Like this summer, it didn't seem like it was that sunny, but last summer it was sunny every single day. It was
Well,
like it
yeah,
was back
man.
in
You were
August.
you were in other countries the whole summer. What do you mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, but when I was here, I got back in August. The
Oh,
10 days it wasn't sunny. September wasn't sunny. September's not summer, but it didn't get sunny. I mean, it didn't get cloudy until October, midway October last year. This year it's been cloudy since I got back. So anyway, I'm just saying, like, it depends. It varies, but it's not horrible. It's not hell. I don't. The clouds is just not. I'm sorry that humans hate them so
okay.
much. I don't.
I love clouds. I love the clouds. I mean, if you see my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
That's cool.
So, okay, next question. Why do you hate alcohol so much?
Oh, multiple reasons. Because it degenerates your brain, and I need my brain to live my life, and I hate that. I hate that. I hate that it is so normalized to to do that, to where if you don't do it, it's like I hate the dependence that everybody has on, and I'm not mad at, I don't hate the people, but I hate that it creates this thing where if you don't do it, you're on the outside, and like nobody can really have a good time and open up without it. I hate the level of dependence that it creates for people, and it prevents a lot of like really. And I don't, maybe we don't, I'm sure it can be as useful, and people need pick me ups, but if without it, I wonder, would it really be that bad? Like, would it be that hard to socialize? What if people just got better at socializing over time and just, I feel like it prevents growth in a lot of ways. Like, if you get used to just drinking for like to do things, I feel like, for socializing or for feeling bad, if you're feeling bad, instead of like trying to get to the root cause, you just drink to get rid of it, to numb the pain or to not think about it, or you drink because other people drink, and you don't really establish it individual identity. It's kind of like we go to the bar and we drink, and it's like we just do things because that's what everybody else does. And there's multiple problems on top of, again, the fact that it's really poison degenerates your brain. And I don't just want my youth to be good. I don't want to have potentially more diseases and more problems with my life and in my future, in my 50s and 60s. So I don't like, there's just no benefits for alcohol. There's no benefit. I get no benefits. I understand that you can feel better and feel happy. You could feel good. I've had this conversation a million times. I get that you feel good from it, but I can feel good and enjoy my time. I could be the life of the club with zero alcohol. Even like people who are drunk or sitting in the corner. Like I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to brag. I'm saying like I don't need it. I don't need it. I gain nothing from it.
You
So
said that
why
you're
do
not
I
a
want it?
nightlife guy, but then you've mentioned the club a couple times, Jordan. I don't know.
I'm not. I don't, because I don't. I rarely do it. I do it once at most. Like when I was traveling, that's people we went out with a few times. So that's because, again, the social pressure like pushes you towards like, "Look, what are we gonna do? We're going out. Okay, I have nothing else to do at night, so
No,
okay, fine.
exactly.
I'm gonna talk to you, but it's not like I'm like, that's
I'll be
not what I
back. I'm
will
getting
go
my
to.
charger. Keep
Should I
talking.
just keep talking?
Yeah, yeah. Keep asking rapid fire questions because this
Okay.
really has a long list.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but why don't I like alcohol? But does that clarify anything a little bit? For like, there's multiple reasons why I don't like it. On top of the fact there's no real benefit for me to have. It's just like pure downsides for me.
I would say the only thing, like for me, so recently I have been watching this YouTube channel called Yeah Mad, and they say dad jokes, and then every time one of them laughs, they take a shot. So
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny. Um, it's actually a really funny channel. I will give them their props. So like for that, and then also just going back to what you said about Japan when you didn't go karaoke, I would possibly want to do drunk karaoke one day just to get that experience. But then at the same time, I don't like the concept of being drunk because I am a control freak, and I feel like it would also just have permanent, like lifetime consequences if I was to get drunk. So that is why I've only had. Have you ever been drunk?
I've been drunk many times in college, and I realized like I don't need to be doing this. There's just no reason. I'm only doing it because other people are doing it, but I don't actually want to do it. I'm not doing it. It just damages your body, and I think I'm also genuinely, like, you asked me why. I'm also genuinely frustrated with the culture that nobody seems to value their life. like everybody's in for like the instant moment. Like, I want to feel good, but like nobody wants to be healthy and like really think about their health, their mental health, and their physical health. It's like, I feel good. And it just feels like the culture does not care about. And I get doing things in moderation. Moderation, I get it, but even then, it's like, why do you need it? Why not do something? Why again? If it wasn't popular, if no one else did it, like if you ask yourself if nobody else did it, would you do it? That's the big thing, and it prevents you from really being fun on your own. It makes you less fun of a person because you need this thing to be fun, to have fun. Like, why do you, like, you go out? Why do you need this thing to have fun? Just
Can you date
make
someone who drinks?
what?
Can you date someone who drinks?
I could date someone who drinks in moderation, but if they drink frequently, then that's gonna tend towards being problematic. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna like, yeah, I am definitely. They're gonna have to compensate that. Like if they drink a lot, they better be like really, really awesome. Because I don't, I
Awesome.
don't want to be. I don't like that kind of. I just don't.
So if they're drinking once, if they're getting drunk once a week, would that be too much for you?
That's kind of crazy, man. Like, why are you getting drunk once a week? I don't
They're
know.
going out, they're living their best life. They're living their 20s. They're having.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I mean, that's you're gonna have a problem if like like the science even says there's so much science behind it that's like ignored, and it's like you deteriorate a lot when you drink a lot. And I know, we live for the moment, but like I said, I don't. It's like why not try and live for the moment without it? Why not try and have fun? Like it's not. It's also not. It's not you. It's like it's like the alcohol is doing all the work. You aren't really having the fun. Just drunk. I,
Have you ever
I don't
blacked
know.
out?
And you do, and also you forget a lot. Have I ever? I've never blacked out, but I've thrown up. I drink so much I've thrown up, which again is stupid. It's like, why am I doing this? I don't like. I'm just poisoning myself.
Would you consider
I,
yourself to be a lightweight, Jordan?
yeah, I am. I am because I don't drink ever. I never have, and thin. So
Do you ever want to get married? And if so, what age?
I'd like to get married. I'd like to get married sometime in my 30s. I don't have a specific plan though. I maybe like,
Want children?
yeah, I'd like to have 3 to 4 children, and then
What
God
kind
damn.
of interview questions do you have?
I'm coming off. I'm. These are all coming off the dome, bro. These are all coming
yeah,
off the dome.
yeah.
Do you two? This is for both of y'all. Would you guys ever consider getting a vasectomy?
What?
Why? I
Oh,
don't know why I would
vasectomy.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I would
No,
consider, but I don't
I want
believe.
at least 2 children.
But why would
After
I?
the
Why would
kids,
I?
guys. After the kids, would you guys consider
I
getting?
don't want
This is
anyone
all just so
touching
you
my
don't have to
body
have a.
inside like that for no reason.
Yeah, I kind of
But
understand
have
that like
you had
invasion of like
vasectomy?
someone,
Oh,
So
but
then,
people
oh,
saying that I don't know why would I need
no,
to do
no
that? Is it
reason.
just for the sake of not have condom?
yes,
That's the whole point.
that
All
Yeah,
of that just to not have. I mean, I could consider it. I could consider it.
okay. All right. That pretty much. Oh, do you think there's a male loneliness epidemic?
Of course, but there's an everyone loneliness epidemic.
yes,
Ah,
you
yeah.
know.
But it is affecting men in a specific
Everyone
way,
knows
right?
this. Okay. All right.
This is affecting men in a
Yeah.
specific way because our culture tells men how to behave in certain ways. So when they get lonely, they react to it in certain ways that women don't. So we have a certain type of epidemic of men.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure that Mr. Robert Cord was lonely and he acted out in a terrible way.
who?
The
The
main
main shooter? Hmm.
Yes.
Oh,
I
I
don't
didn't
know
know.
his
I
name.
saw something about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, but there definitely is. I mean, it's bad. You know, very few friends, very few relationships. People are just not happy. I think in general, it's not good. We had a lot of things. This you could talk about this for hours. It's a huge rabbit hole. Manosphere, femosphere. I don't want to get like that's a little political and a little bit like so controversial. I'm not trying to be
Oh boy,
be
Jordan, when we're done with this, you have to tell the wizardress what you did today. I think she'll be very happy.
oh okay, yeah, awesome, fantastic.
Last question for both of you guys. Well, I mean, I got plenty more, but we'll just wrap it up with this one. When you die, number one, do you want a funeral? Do you want a celebration of life? And then number two, what do you want them to do with your body? So let's go with Ethan first with this one.
Oh, okay. Well, boy, you can give me whatever the heck you want. But don't chop me up and give me to the scientist. I don't know, I want to lay next to my grandpa or something, or my, I don't know, with my future family,
So
Oh
that clearly
boy.
you do want something. You clearly want something, man.
Yeah, but you can give me whatever you want. Like a funeral celebration. You can
Oh,
burn me. I
oh,
don't know.
okay.
You can yell racist comments at me, but as long as as long as I'm very
Say less. Say less.
Alessandro, you can you can host a Comedy Central type roast of me, but as long as you lay me down in the dirt next to someone I love for future,
Okay, so you
know
want a burial? Okay.
But also, just kidding.
Just thought of something.
You actually don't have to lay me in the ground. You know how they they put people like not boxes.
In a niche.
What?
In a niche where they burn the ashes and then put it in a. They have like these large structures where they put a bunch of.
Yeah, and they look like mailboxes. You can put me one of those too, as long as I'm still. Was that disgusting to you? Oh, it looked like you were gagging. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
What?
You're coughing, sneezing. Okay, but yeah, I can do that. So if you know, but if I'm as long as it's next to someone I love. Although God, I don't know how it works, but if my soul, I guess, rises
Yeah,
up, whatever
spirit. So yeah,
does whatever it does, and I can still see my family, then he can chop me up and give me to the scientist. Honestly, I just want to be able to see if
it probably will. I'm
I don't know
sure it
what
will. I'm
happens
sure it'll see you.
afterwards, but in the event that I
Yeah.
go somewhere afterwards and I can see my other lovely dead relatives and family and friends,
Yeah.
then you can chop me up as long as I leave my body or whatever happens.
Well, how the hell would they know that you have gone on
I
to
don't
do
know.
that?
I'm not a spiritual man. I mean, a religious guy. That's what I'm saying. I have to look into it. I have to research. I have to.
Are you gonna give your children a sign like, "Hey, I'm with the others now"? Like you're gonna like write something for them?
Well, no,
Or,
no,
like,
no,
how
no,
they-
no, not the people, not like my children, but like I don't know, like I don't know, as long as you can chop me up and donate me to science, as long as it's like as long as boy,
I'm gonna have to do a little Bible reading.
yeah, see, um, um, as long as I can have a nice afterlife, wherever that happens, yeah, you can do whatever you want with me. Honestly, you can roast me, you can racist stuff. You can funeral, you can celebrate me, you can stick me on a roller coaster and let my dead body go round and round. But whenever you want, man, I'll be out of it.
What is
Wood.
wrong with you? You're not gonna do the roller coaster thing, you psycho.
Well, I was gonna say something
It's
just
very
as crazy.
interesting because I've always had a thought. I was like, man, if I were to die, oh, eventually one day will. But I was like, I always wished when that time comes, that it'd be quite nice to die on a ride. Tower of Terror, or sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy, or Splash Mountain. Go out, go on fun, huh? Instead of any
That's a
other
dope
way.
one. That's a dope one. Oh yeah.
Jordan, I'm adding a third question to this. How do you want to die?
I was gonna say something similar to Ethan before he said it. I was someone make a puppet out of me and scare people. Put me in
That'd be so cool.
the not
In the Halloween
put
Horror
the not
Nights.
me in the not very farm maze.
What
and
is
have
wrong
them
with
pop out.
you? What is
You know,
wrong with
you know
you?
how they have
So
those
funny.
fake humans hanging from the ceiling, and sometimes you have to push it up. I
Yeah.
stick
Oh,
Jordan
that'd
up.
be
I'll
so
stick
good.
Jordan's dead body up there.
Oh.
Right.
One of
Oh,
them's real.
I like
One of
that.
them's
I'm gonna
real.
tell him. That'll
That
be
would be
the
so funny.
scary thing. Ooh, wait.
You see
wait,
that
wait,
Osanda has
one's
dark
real.
humor?
Dark. It's
Meanwhile,
not dark humor. I'm dead. There's no
Well,
darkness
the
in it. I'm
difference
just
is, Osana,
gone.
I
No
think
more.
he's pretty serious.
you
Like,
are
why
too,
not?
though.
I am
Like,
pretty
I mean,
serious.
I honestly, I just came up with this like half an hour ago, or like as you asked it, like not even half an hour, 15 minutes.
So, what type of funeral do you want, Jordan?
You mean how does he want to
Put a tombstone out somewhere that just says "suck," just says "suck." That's it. Doesn't say "Here lies Jordan" or anything. It just says "suck."
Okay, so you want a tombstone? All right. You want to be buried, then technically, possibly.
I mean, no, you don't have to bury me. You just put a tombstone in
Oh,
the
you just
ground.
want a tombstone.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't care, but like, my soul's already gone, so it's gonna turn into decompose.
Okay.
It's gonna decompose.
And the funeral, so you want like a sad funeral? You want a happy funeral? You want a
No.
You want a roast?
I don't care. Just whatever they're feeling. It's not my job to determine how
Come
other
Chuck
people
Ross
feel.
come out to
That
you and
how
do a
wait
roast of
wait
Jordan.
how other people what? Oh, a roast? But however people feel about me is a representation of how I lived my life. So they should have the funeral how I made them feel, not how I want them to.
Damn, that man was spitting there. Did y'all hear that? We might have to play that back. That was a pretty fire line right there. All right.
I mean, that's the idea, right? I don't know.
I want a celebration of life. I want a celebration of life, and I want to be buried into a tree or whatever the fuck. I want to become a tree.
Oh, that's
Ideally,
nice.
as we all know,
I'm gonna
ideally,
paint you on my
Kind of
book.
like a tree already.
I want that statue. So we'll see. But that again is going to be depending on how I live my life too. But I want a statue in Sri Lanka. I think that would be pretty fire. In terms of how I want to die, I would rather die while having sex when I'm like 80 or something.
Yeah, everybody says that.
I think that would
I
be
knew it.
one of the best ways. Okay, yeah, at least mine's not as disturbing as you two. Okay,
I didn't know that wasn't
I
how I
was
wanted to die. That
dying
was
doing
after.
something I love.
Dying having sex is disturbing. Imagine how your partner would feel.
Yeah. Haven't you seen that episode of Mom where that exact thing happens? Well, you probably haven't seen Mom, but that exact thing happens.
well, if anything, my partner has bragging rights for the rest of her life. You know? No. Oh,
Okay.
no.
I get it. I was trying to think of something. I got the joke. I was just trying to think of what I was gonna do when I died, or to die. I don't know. Yeah, that was good.
Well, you
Good
have
job,
fun with
Tom.
that, Osanda.
Let's go out together.
What happened?
Yes.
What,
I said,
what'd you say, Ethan?
I said you
Yeah,
have
what'd
fun
you say,
with
Ethan?
that. Going out when you're having
Alright.
sex, unless you take your partner out with you, then it might be more spiritual.
Yeah.
Talking about how their grandparents died.
That'd be kind of fire, though.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fire. I don't know. I really want to have a tantric orgasm, but that's something to talk about on the next podcast.
Yeah, what is that?
It's a more
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
it's a more spiritual type of orgasm.
But how do you do it?
Yeah,
Like,
take
what
acid.
do you
You
need?
guys have never heard of-
Candles? Like, do you need candles or like? It's like how does it?
You just reach
Without-
God and then have sex at the same time.
You just have to
I don't-
really get in touch with like your body, and then you've never heard of tantric sex?
Nope.
No.
Huh.
Osanda, we're
Interesting.
not as experienced in the
Okay.
art of sexual stuff as you.
Yes. Escapade.
It's
Escapade.
okay. I know that's capped. First off, maybe
What?
maybe I have more experience than Jordan, but anyway. Okay, so basically,
Yes, you did. But Osanda, I may be a whore, but you are more experienced in the teachings in art and style and types of sexual
You
experiences.
just called yourself a dog.
That's right, I am a dog. Woof woof.
well, okay, look. So there's a way for men to jack off, but not ejaculate. Not
I
come.
know that.
Yeah,
Yes. Is that
because
what
you know
that
semen.
is?
Not exactly, because semen retention is becoming really popular, and semen retention, let me tell you, sounds super weird to me. But
I know you keep wanting to
It's-
talk about that, and Christian keeps blocking you. So.
I'm kind of glad he
well, honestly, Christian's not here at the moment, so
Okay, then I'll block it.
um,
I didn't say how I wanted to die, though. I didn't
Yeah, you little man.
yeah. How do you want to die, Jordan?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, I would do some kind of like, I would do a job that required like only somebody who was dying. Like if they needed to fix something, and somebody has to go in and fix it. I'll just go in like a suicide mission and fix it, and I'll die. That would be how. It would.
Oh, like a hero.
Somebody needs to blow up a bridge or something. They need someone like press the button on it, and it's too dangerous. So you gotta sacrifice someone. I'll do that. I'll just sacrifice. I'm gonna die anyway.
So you want to die a hero's death, basically.
I mean, not being. I guess it's a hero's. It's not about being a hero. It's just doing something good. I doing something
Which is
good.
low key very heroic. Okay, wow, you little romantic. You know, dare I say,
Man,
A plus Riz with that one.
A plus.
Hashtag
Me? Wait, me?
Riz.
I didn't riz anybody though. Me or
I don't know,
Ethan?
you rizzed me, Jordan. I thought that was very romantic of you.
how is it romantic? It's not about romance. It's not about like a relationship. It's about other humans. It's like just because they're human, not a woman.
Fine, it's very wholesome. It's very wholesome.
Wholesome. I like. Okay, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Hashtag
I would
wholesome
be-
Riz.
Wholesome. It's not risk. I'm not trying to attract anybody or you or yeah. Sorry.
But why don't you then do? Okay, well, couldn't you then let yourself be injected by a deadly virus?
That depends because then I would have to suffer a horrible death
Mhm.
probably, and that one it'd be more. It'd depend on how I would go. You know.
Okay, so you want an instantaneous type of heroic sacrifice.
I mean, I just don't want to have a horrible, miserable like weeks of slow death or something like that. And then, I mean, how does it? Yeah, I mean, I guess to experiment on how somebody would die, so you have better research. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like,
it's possible, but I just wouldn't. It feels like such a miserable way to go out. How's it worth it? I could just do something else good for people.
well, what if they did like an experiment where they had you and a little girl in a car, and then they started drowning you guys, and then they just, iRobot style, and then they save
What the-
you instead of if they save the girl instead of you, would that be?
What the hell? What?
Yeah, what?
What? What the fuck? What are you? Okay. What are you talking about? Me, a little girl in a car. I start drowning.
This is iRobot, bro. Have you not seen
What's the
iRobot?
purpose?
What?
What's the
Oh,
purpose?
I got it. What if they're trying to teach robots the negative of logic, right? And they're trying to give them emotions, and that's the experiment.
They're testing disease, watch someone die.
Tasking the robot to evaluate the fact that even though you have a higher likelihood of surviving, to make sure that you die, so that the girl.
Yeah, that would be good, except you don't need an actual human to tell the robot to do that.
But we have you, the human 80-year-old Jordan, willing to die.
But that's what I'm saying. You could easily just program the robot. You can create dummies easily. That's why we have dummies. You don't need to make put a human in that situation and die to learn them.
See, now think of all the heroic ways we can kill Jordan.
That's actually hilarious. But that's not heroic. That would be like, what am I? I want to accomplish something concrete. That's like I don't want to do a test. I want to do something where it's like they genuinely need this. There's no one else to do the job. There's no other way around this. This has to this is a genuine contribution. This isn't like a I just want to die some way different.
See, Jordan wants to go out as a legend.
I want to go out. I want to do something. I want to do something with my life. Make the most of my life. So like, can I? Yeah. So like, there's like burning. Maybe there's a burning building or something, and they need someone to go going. I could do that. Like maybe.
Wait.
That'd be a little awful, but I could maybe do that.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a great Bouncing Potatoes podcast, guys. We have to cut off Son up because clearly he's talking about loneliness.
Yeah,
He's like a lonely one. My goodness gracious. Special guest Jordan, thank you for joining.
Go.
What?
Thank you for having me. I
Oh.
hope I was okay. This is my first time
you're
ever on the
much
internet.
better than Mr. Sexual Man.
Let
here.
Jordan do the quote. Let Jordan do the quote.
Okay.
The quote of the day?
Yeah. Give us a quote. End the podcast with a quote.
Oh man! Oh my God! Oh, I just.
That was a sexual
Oh
quote.
my God! I don't have anything interesting. I don't have a good general quote. Oh, now you're gonna. Oh, I could prepare something, but I have one that doesn't really relate to anything we've talked about, so it's a little weird.
That's fine, Jordan.
I just heard something that was interesting. This isn't even good. This is so weird, but this is so random. But it was war doesn't decide who's right; it decides who's left.
Ooh, bars.
Somebody else said that.
Wow.
I didn't. Yeah.
Well,
That's
that was the
Subscribe.
Bouncing Potatoes podcast. I was Osama,
All right.
that was Ethan, and that was Jordan.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.